Sometimes people respond to evil conditions in the world with a sense of hopelessness, regret, and doom. Where can they find motivation for continuing? The prophet Zechariah delivers God's promise of a new world of peace and prosperity for God's people. Zechariah emerges to be one of the prophets speaking hope and encouragement to the people. He is generally characterized as a prophet who challenges the remnants to believe that the Lord would actually remember Zion. He was a visionary prophet who inspired the people as they sought to rebuild the temple. And that brings us to our key verse for today, which reads, "But now I am determined to bless Jerusalem and the people of Judah, so don't be afraid." Zechariah chapter 8, verse 15. In the past, God's jealousy had brought many great hardships upon Israel whenever she broke her covenant. This time, though, God's wrath is directed not to God's people, but to the surrounding nations who took advantage of Judah when God punished her. This jealousy promises comfort to Jerusalem since it leads to the punishment of the nations oppressing her. Just like a jealous husband would protect his wife, God's protective love over Judah now causes God's wrath to go after the nations that oppressed her. The Lord promises to act on Zion's behalf and to protect her from the surrounding nations that threaten her welfare. This burning love results in an exclusive relationship between the Lord and Judah and would ultimately result in a glorious future. With the Lord living in Jerusalem, the city will be renamed the City of Truth. And there's a shift in the promises made from the spiritual type in the preceding verses, like the faithfulness that will cover the city, to some real life implication of the Lord's presence in the city. Life will return to an unbelievable normalcy. There will be large, growing families in the city, for blessings always mean fertility. Old men and women will sit in the streets peacefully, while young boys and girls play in the same streets. There will be no need to be concerned about their health or safety. Peace will reign, and the people will live to an old age once again. The mention of the extreme ends of a human lifespan suggests that the entire population will enjoy an atmosphere of renewal and blessings. When the young and the old thrive, it shows the entire population is doing well. Rather than measuring the city's health by business or commerce, its wealth will be in two often overlooked groups, the old and the young. May we measure the significance of our cities by their effect on how the young and old live. Once back in Jerusalem, they will live in truth and righteousness, justice, salvation. Both the Lord and the people will be recognized and celebrate their covenant relationship. This fulfills the Lord's promise going all the way back to Abraham. I will be their God in Genesis 17, verse 8. The same promise is also found throughout the Old Testament scriptures. See Exodus 6, Jeremiah 24, and Ezekiel 11. Once again, the Lord declares that He will be their God and they will be His people. No other statement could evoke stronger memories of the covenant than this one. In saying, I will be their God, the people are reminded of God's faithfulness, of how God kept them through the generations. They would also be encouraged to trust God for their future. If God is with them, nothing can destroy them. Here's our lesson. God is with us and He is in control. That is the chill pill that we all need right now, to know that God is with us. We are in a covenant with the faithful God who can never break a promise. He will cause the sun to shine on us again, and the dew to water our efforts. He will heal us from our sicknesses, even COVID-19, and He will save us from the schemes of the enemy. However, He asks us to trust Him with our very lives and obey His every word. How different would our lives be if we trusted in Him in everything? So this week, let's take some time to think and write about an area where we can give God more trust. And if you're able, let's share our desire with someone close so that they can help encourage and remind us. Thank you so much for listening and subscribing to iLights. Please stay safe and healthy in these times. Heavenly Father, fill our hearts with what we truly desire, for who we truly seek is you.